All right, strap in, everyone, because today we are going deep.
A DP.
Yeah, deep into a world that, I don't know about you, kind of feels like it's both futuristic and like right on our doorstep right now. Blockchain and cryptocurrency.
Oh, yeah.
You've heard about these
Absolutely.
for a while, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
But we're here to unpack
Yeah.
really like why is everyone so excited about this, and also maybe like a little wary.
Yeah. A healthy bit of skepticism.
Yeah, healthy skepticism is good.
Always.
So think of this as your cheat sheet
Okay.
to understanding how these technologies could change everything,
I like that. Cheat sheet.
from how we bank to how we buy art.
Yeah. I mean, potentially even how we vote someday.
Whoa. Okay, so we're going there.
We might be going there.
Okay, I'm ready. So to lay the groundwork for all of this, we dove into a really in-depth guide on blockchain and cryptocurrency.
That's great.
And this isn't just about like the tech itself. This is about trust, ownership value in this increasingly digital age that we're living in.
It's really about redefining these concepts, right?
Yeah.
In this new digital paradigm we find ourselves in.
So how could blockchain and cryptocurrency change how we interact with data and money? Well, that is the question, and hopefully by the end of this deep dive, you'll have at least some answers.
At least some, yes. It's a constantly evolving space.
Okay, so disclaimer, it's going to get pretty fascinating.
Oh, absolutely.
Buckle up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's start with blockchain.
Okay,
It feels like this has been the next big thing forever.
it does, doesn't it?
But what's the reality?
Yeah,
Is it all just hype, or is there really something there?
that's the question, isn't it?
Yeah, is there substance?
Well, I'd say there's definitely substance there, but the hype is part of the journey with any emerging tech. You kind of have to wade through that to get to the real value.
Yeah, for sure. So at its core, blockchain is this distributed ledger technology.
It is.
But like, what does that even mean?
Right, it's kind of a mouthful, isn't it?
Yeah. So imagine this, right? Imagine a digital record of transactions.
Okay.
And we're talking anything from like money transfers to medical data spread across a network of computers instead of being controlled by one company
Whoa.
or government. That's the distributed part.
Okay.
And that is key.
So no more like single point of failure.
Exactly.
No one entity that's calling all the shots.
Right. It's a pretty radical departure from how we usually handle sensitive information.
I mean, that is a radical departure. I like that. So huge implications, obviously, for security and transparency. Then,
Yeah.
okay, so walk me through this. How does like a blockchain transaction actually work?
All right. So let's break it down.
Okay.
Let's say with blockchain, every transaction
Mm-hmm.
needs to be validated by multiple computers on the network
Okay.
before it's added to the chain.
So that's a lot of checks and balances there.
It is. It's a very robust system.
But couldn't someone, I don't know, with enough computing power manipulate that validation process?
That's the question a lot of people have, right? We hear about these massive hacking operations all the time.
Arbitrary.
So it's a great question. And it really gets to the heart of how blockchain security works.
Okay.
It's true, a single bad actor, potentially, could try to manipulate the system.
Okay.
But to do so, they would need to control a majority of the computing power
Oh, wow.
on the network,
Okay.
which is incredibly difficult and expensive,
I would imagine.
especially as the network grows larger and larger.
So the more people using it, the harder it is to kind of mess with it.
Exactly. It becomes this like digital security blanket.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
The more people are using it, the more secure it becomes.
Okay. So let's say then a transaction is verified. It's ready to be added to the blockchain.
Okay, what happens then?
Yeah. What happens then?
It gets bundled together with other transactions into a block,
Okay.
which is like a chapter in a digital ledger.
Okay.
And this block is then permanently linked to the previous block using cryptography,
Right.
creating an unbreakable chain.
So like a digital trail of breadcrumbs,
Yes.
but each crumb is tamper-proof.
Exactly. And because every computer on the network has a copy of the blockchain,
Okay.
any attempt to change one part of it would be immediately obvious to everyone.
So no more sneaking in and changing records without anyone noticing.
Nope, not on the blockchain.
Okay. Game changer. I can see that.
It's a big deal for transparency and accountability.
Mm-hmm. Now, we touched on a few key features of blockchain earlier. Can you break those down for us? Like, what makes this so different from, say, a company's internal database?
Yeah, for sure. First and foremost, you have decentralization.
Okay.
No single entity controls the network.
Right.
It's like the internet of data spread across countless computers.
Mhm.
This makes it incredibly resilient, resistant to censorship or manipulation. Think about Bitcoin, right?
Mm,
The first and most famous application of blockchain.
yeah.
It operates without any central bank or government intervention.
So no one can just like shut it down, change the rules on a whim.
That's the beauty of it, yeah.
Okay, that is pretty cool.
Hmm.
Then there's transparency.
Yes.
We touched on that a little bit.
All transactions are recorded on a public ledger, visible to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
This promotes accountability,
Hmm.
makes it much harder to hide corrupt dealings.
Right.
We see NGOs using blockchain to track donations.
Oh, that's a good use case.
It is. It shows donors exactly where their money is going.
Yeah, okay.
And we talked about immutability, that unchangeable record.
Right, right.
What about security?
Yeah, is this technology really as hacker-proof as everyone says it is?
Well, like any system, it's not completely invulnerable,
Right.
but blockchain leverages some of the most advanced cryptographic methods available,
Okay.
making it incredibly secure. Estonia, for example, has been using blockchain to secure its citizens' healthcare records for years.
Wow, okay, so we've got this revolutionary technology,
Yeah.
this decentralized, transparent, immutable, and secure system.
That's a mouthful,
It is.
but it's powerful stuff.
Okay, so where does cryptocurrency fit into all of this?
Ah, the million-dollar question.
Because they seem intertwined but also distinct, right?
They are.
Yeah.
Think of cryptocurrency as a digital asset designed to work as money.
Okay.
It relies on blockchain for security,
Right.
to keep track of all those transactions. But instead of physical cash or banks managing your balance, it's all digital, peer-to-peer, enabled by this amazing technology.
So it's like digital cash,
In a way, yeah.
but with this built-in trust system that we've been talking about.
Exactly. That's the key difference.
I'm ready to hear more.
All right, let's dive in.
Let's dive in. Okay, I'm ready. Hit me with those real-world applications. How is blockchain actually being used to, like, solve problems, make things better?
It's everywhere, really. It's
Yeah.
way beyond just finance, though that is a good place to start.
Yeah, yeah.
We touched on DeFi a little bit.
Mhm.
Decentralized finance is just
Oh.
the beginning.
Okay,
Imagine, like, earning interest on your crypto, but without a bank.
okay.
Platforms like there's one called Compound. Let you lend and borrow crypto directly from other users.
So you're cutting out the middleman entirely.
Yeah. Is that even legal?
Well, that's the thing about decentralization.
Yeah.
It challenges the existing legal frameworks.
Right.
It's still early days, but the point is
Yeah.
blockchain enables all these new ways
Right.
of handling financial transactions, greater transparency,
Mhm.
potentially lower fees.
Okay.
Think about cross-border payments.
Yeah.
Usually a huge headache.
Yes.
Companies like Ripple, they're using their XRP cryptocurrency to like facilitate these near instantaneous transfers between banks.
Oh, wow.
So instead of waiting days for a wire transfer,
Yeah, it takes forever.
imagine sending money across the globe in seconds.
Okay, that is cool. But let's move away from finance for a sec.
Okay.
You mentioned supply chain management. How does blockchain, fit into getting groceries to my table?
One of my favorite examples.
Okay.
It directly impacts what we buy and consume.
Yeah.
You ever wonder where your food really comes from? All the time.
Or if those organic labels are legit.
Yeah, right.
IBM has this platform called Food Trust.
Okay.
They're using blockchain to track food from farm to store shelves.
Wow.
So if there's a contamination outbreak,
Uh-oh.
investigators can use the blockchain records to trace the source, instantly,
Oh, wow.
potentially preventing more people from getting sick.
So it's like a digital detective for your food.
That's a great way to put it.
And that same logic applies to other things, right?
Absolutely.
Like luxury goods, pharmaceuticals.
Counterfeiting is a huge problem.
Yeah.
Blockchain can track the origin and journey of each batch of medicine,
Wow.
ensuring patients receive the genuine treatments.
Okay.
Platforms like Metal Ledger are already working on this, potentially saving lives.
That is powerful stuff.
Blockchain brings this, verifiable layer of trust
Right.
to these increasingly complex global supply chains.
Trust, transparency, accountability. I'm sensing a theme here.
It's all connected.
But blockchain isn't all serious business, is it?
No, definitely not.
What about those NFTs everyone's talking about?
NFTs.
They seem like a different beast altogether.
They've definitely captured the public imagination.
I mean, that Beeple artwork selling for $69 million?
Right?
That was wild.
Think of an NFT as a digital certificate of authenticity.
Okay.
It proves you own a unique digital asset, not just a copy.
So instead of like just screenshotting a cool digital image,
Right.
you would actually own the original file.
Yes.
Kind of like owning a rare painting.
Exactly.
Okay.
And because it's all recorded on the blockchain, ownership is indisputable.
Mm-hmm.
Huge implications for digital art,
Yeah.
collectibles, even virtual real estate in the metaverse.
But couldn't someone just create a new NFT claiming it's the original? How does that work?
That's where the non-fungible part comes in.
Okay.
Each NFT is unique,
Mm-hmm.
and its authenticity is tied to the blockchain,
Right.
like having a digital fingerprint. That can't be replicated. Of course, there's still challenges
Okay.
with copyright, valuation, but the potential is huge.
Yeah.
For creators to directly monetize their digital work, it's revolutionary.
Wow. I see how this could like upend entire industries.
It's already happening.
Okay, what about healthcare?
Ooh, good one.
It seems like blockchain could be a game changer for managing like all that sensitive data.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
mean, we're dealing with incredibly sensitive information.
Right.
Security is paramount.
Yeah.
Blockchain can create these tamper-proof medical records,
Right.
making them much harder to hack or alter.
Okay.
Imagine a world where your medical history securely follows you wherever you go,
That would be incredible,
accessible only with your permission.
especially for people who travel a lot
Absolutely.
or have like complex medical conditions.
Yeah, it would streamline things significantly.
Okay, but beyond protecting data, are there other ways blockchain could improve healthcare?
Oh, tons. Think about the pharmaceutical supply chain. Counterfeit medications, huge global problem.
Right.
Blockchain can track the origin and journey of each batch of medicine,
Mm-hmm.
ensuring patients receive genuine treatments. Platforms like Metal Ledger are already working on this,
Wow.
potentially saving lives
Amazing.
by preventing counterfeit drugs from entering the market.
Okay, we've talked about finance, supply chains, art, healthcare. Is there anything blockchain can't do?
Well, it's not a magic solution, obviously.
Right.
There are definitely hurdles to overcome.
Okay.
But before we get to those,
Yeah.
there's one more area I want to highlight.
Okay, lay it on me.
Gaming and virtual economies.
Oh, okay, this is where I geek out.
I knew you would.
Gaming is massive, so I'm very curious.
Huge.
How blockchain is changing the game,
I see what you did there.
so to speak.
All right, imagine this. You're playing a game,
Mm-hmm.
and you actually own your in-game items.
Okay.
Weapons, skins, even characters.
Yep.
And you can trade or sell them for real money.
Whoa, wait, so instead of those items just existing in the game's ecosystem,
Right.
they'd have like real-world value.
Exactly. It's
Okay.
already happening. Games like Axie Infinity,
Uh-huh.
built on the Ethereum blockchain,
Mm-hmm.
they allow players to earn cryptocurrency
Wow.
by breeding and battling these virtual creatures called Axies.
Okay.
These Axies are NFTs,
Okay.
so players truly own them and can trade them on marketplaces.
So you could potentially make a living playing video games.
For some, it's already a reality.
That sounds like a dream come true for a lot of people.
Right. Blockchain is blurring the lines between
Yeah.
gaming and real-world economies. Raises a lot of interesting questions
Yeah,
about the future of work and leisure.
that's a whole other deep dive we could do.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, but we've painted this incredibly optimistic picture of blockchain revolutionizing everything.
We have.
There are downsides, right?
Ours.
It can't all be sunshine and rainbows.
You're absolutely right. Every technology has limitations.
Mhm.
Potential downsides.
Okay.
It's important to understand those
Yeah.
alongside the excitement.
All right, let's talk about the dark side then.
Okay, let's do it.
What are some of the hurdles blockchain needs to overcome?
One of the biggest is scalability.
Yeah.
Can blockchain networks handle like the massive volume of transactions needed for widespread adoption? Bitcoin, for example,
Yeah.
can only process a limited number of transactions per second,
Okay.
which can lead to like slow confirmation times and higher fees.
So like rush hour traffic on a digital highway.
Exactly. Developers are actively working on this
Okay.
with solutions like Layer 2 technologies.
Okay.
They operate on top of the main blockchain, processing transactions faster and cheaper.
So there's hope for a smoother ride in the future.
There is. Think of it like building express lanes
Okay, yeah, I got it.
on that digital highway.
What other challenges are out there?
Another big one is energy consumption.
Okay.
Mining some cryptocurrencies,
Mm-hmm.
like Bitcoin, can be incredibly energy intensive,
Yeah, I've heard about that.
raising concerns about its environmental impact.
It does seem counterintuitive
That does.
to have this like futuristic technology
Yeah.
be reliant on these like energy hungry processes.
It's a valid concern, but not all blockchains are created equal.
Okay.
Ethereum, for example,
Yeah.
recently switched to a more energy-efficient system called proof of stake.
So there are more eco-friendly options out there.
There are a lot of innovation happening to address this.
What else should we be aware of?
Regulatory uncertainty is a big one.
Okay.
Governments are still figuring out how to regulate this decentralized technology.
Yeah.
The lack of clear guidelines can create uncertainty
Right.
for businesses and investors.
Sound like the Wild West out there.
It's a bit like that, yeah.
Mhm.
Different countries are taking different approaches.
Mhm.
China, for example, has banned cryptocurrency trading,
Right.
but they're still investing heavily in blockchain technology itself.
So they see the potential of the tech, even if they're wary of the currencies built on top of it.
Yeah, it's a complex issue with no easy answers.
Governments are struggling to keep up.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's volatility.
Okay.
Cryptocurrency prices can be incredibly unpredictable.
I've seen those Bitcoin price charts.
Yeah, not for the faint of heart.
Not at all.
It's important to remember we're still in the early stages.
Yeah.
Potential is huge, but so are the risks.
Right.
Important to understand both before diving in.
We've covered so much ground today, from the inner workings of blockchain to its mind-blowing applications and the challenges it faces. But what does the future hold? Where do we go from here?
That's the million-dollar question. I don't have a crystal ball, but there are some fascinating trends emerging
Okay.
that could shape the future.
Okay, I'm ready for some future casting. What should we be keeping our eyes on? So future casting, what's on the horizon?
Well, one trend that's gaining some serious traction is this idea of central bank digital currencies. Yeah, CBDCs, exactly.
Okay.
Imagine governments
Right.
issuing their own digital currencies, but built on blockchain tech.
So instead of physical cash or even just digital versions of our current money,
Right.
we'd have government-backed digital tokens
Yeah.
running on a blockchain. That seems like a huge shift in power dynamics.
It is a huge shift. And it's not just theoretical. China's already testing out their digital yuan.
They are ahead of the game on a lot of this stuff.
They are
Yeah.
aiming for a more efficient and controlled financial system.
Makes you wonder what happens to traditional banks. Then if governments are issuing their own digital currencies.
Question.
Yeah, that's a whole other deep dive we could do.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But yet the landscape of finance is evolving rapidly.
It is.
Speaking of evolution,
Yeah.
remember we talked about blockchain scalability being a challenge?
Yeah, those digital traffic jams.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, developers, they're not just sitting around.
Okay.
They're working on solutions
Well,
called layer 2 technology.
okay. And remind me what that is again?
So they operate on top of the main blockchain,
Okay.
processing transactions faster and cheaper.
Okay.
Think of it like adding express lanes to that digital highway.
So layer 2 is all about streamlining
Stream
the
that.
flow of transactions,
Yeah.
making blockchain more practical for everyday use.
Exactly. Bitcoin's Lightning Network is a good example.
Okay.
It allows for microtransactions.
Okay.
They'll be way too slow and costly on the main Bitcoin blockchain.
Right.
So this kind of innovation is key for mass adoption.
Okay, so we've got governments exploring digital currencies.
Right.
We've got developers creating solutions to make blockchain more scalable.
Yeah.
What else is brewing on the horizon? Anything else I should be aware of?
This one's a little bit further out there,
Okay.
but the concept of decentralized autonomous organizations, or DAOs, is fascinating.
Okay, break that down for me. What is a DAO?
Imagine organizations run by code,
Okay.
governed by their members, without, traditional hierarchies.
So no CEO calling all the shots.
Exactly. It's like a company or community that operates entirely on the blockchain.
Mm.
Decisions are made collectively by its members.
So a digital democracy almost?
In a way, yeah.
Wow.
We've seen some interesting examples already.
Like what?
Constitution DAO.
Okay.
They raised millions of dollars
Wow.
to try and buy a rare copy of the U.S. Constitution at auction.
Really?
They didn't win,
Okay.
but it showed the power of DAOs to mobilize resources, coordinate collective action.
It sounds like DAOs could really revolutionize how we think about governance, decision-making.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And who knows what other applications will emerge.
Yeah.
This is just a glimpse of what the future might hold.
It is. It's kind of mind-blowing to think about all the possibilities. We started this deep dive wanting to just wrap our heads around blockchain and cryptocurrency, and now I feel like we've been on a journey.
It's been a journey,
Yeah.
for sure. A journey through a whole new world.
Yeah, one that's still being built.
Exactly. But I think the key takeaway here is that blockchain and cryptocurrency,
Mm-hmm.
They're more than just buzzwords.
Right?
They represent a fundamental shift in how we think about trust, ownership, and value in this increasingly digital age.
It's exciting, a bit scary, and definitely something we all need to wrap our heads around, like you said.
And we're just at the beginning.
Yeah.
Who knows what groundbreaking innovations the next few years will bring?
That's what makes it so important to, stay curious.
Absolutely.
Keep learning, keep asking
Keep
questions.
digging deeper.
So, to our listeners out there, we leave you with this.
Yes.
What excites you most about blockchain and cryptocurrency? What worries you?
The questions are still swirling in your mind.
Don't let the conversation end here.
Yeah. Keep exploring it.
Keep digging deeper. Keep an open mind. You might be surprised at what you discover about the future that's being built right now.
I love that.
I think that's a great place to end it.
I agree.